Let's be honest, we are all surrounded by data. But most of the time, it's just silent. Rows and columns in a spreadsheet don't really tell you a story on their own, do they? So how do we make that data actually speak to us? How do we give it a voice? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head. Data doesn't speak until you give it a voice. Visualization is that voice. It's the magic ingredient, the thing that transforms boring, static numbers into a living, breathing story that we can actually understand.
So how do we do this? We use what are essentially visual translators. These are incredible tools that can take all that messy, scattered data from everywhere and weave it into these amazing interactive stories that show you things you'd never see otherwise. And today, we're going to meet two of the absolute titans in this field.
All right, it's time to meet our main characters for today, our visual storytellers. We're going to hear from Power BI and Tableau. Think of them as two very different personalities, almost like two different artists, but they share one single powerful goal: to bring your data to life.
First up, we have Power BI. Now, Power BI is, let's say, the practical one in the duo. It's Microsoft's creation, so it's designed from the ground up to work seamlessly with everything you're probably already using: Excel, Azure, the whole corporate suite. It's the logical, super integrated, and affordable choice for any business already living in that world.
But what does that actually look like in the real world? Okay, picture a retail chain. The owner doesn't need to sift through endless spreadsheets every morning. Nope, they just open their tablet to a Power BI dashboard. Instantly, bright red alerts are practically shouting, "Hey, you're running low on this popular item." They see these nice climbing green lines showing sales trends and even heat maps of when the store gets busiest. It's visual truth right there, helping them make restocking decisions over breakfast.
Okay, so if Power BI is the practical choice, then Tableau, well, Tableau is the stunning artist. This is the tool you turn to when you need to create something that doesn't just inform, but absolutely wows your audience. We're talking beautiful, publication-quality visuals. It's what data journalists and big names like Forbes use to tell a story with maximum impact.
And here's a perfect example of that power. A climate researcher had 50 years of temperature data. Now, they could have just made a boring line graph, right? But instead, they used Tableau to create this incredible animated globe. You could actually watch the planet's colors shift from cool blues to these alarming deep reds over time. Policymakers didn't just read a report, they felt the urgency. That's the power of Tableau. It connects on an emotional level.
So you see, they have very different styles, the pragmatist and the artist. But underneath it all, they actually share some pretty amazing superpowers. So what is it that makes both of these tools so special?
Well, first off, interactivity. These dashboards are not static pictures. No way! You can click on things, hover over a chart, drag a slider, and watch the whole story change in real time. You become an active explorer, not just a passive reader. And that leads to their second superpower, the democratization of data. You don't have to email an analyst and wait 2 days for a report. The power is right there in your hands to get answers instantly.
But just when you thought it couldn't get any better, the story gets a huge upgrade. A powerful new force has joined the team, and it is changing absolutely everything. Of course, I'm talking about generative AI.
Just look at the difference here. The old way? Oh man, creating a dashboard was a chore. You had to know about chart types, write complex formulas. It took hours. Now, with Gen AI, it's like having a conversation. You literally just ask in plain English, "Show me sales by region for the past year." And poof, the AI just builds the visualization for you. It's a total game changer.
And the AI isn't just a builder, it's also like a co-pilot for your data. It's constantly analyzing things in the background, looking for patterns you might miss. So it might proactively pop up an alert that says, "Hey, just so you know, there's an unusual spike in customer complaints for this one product. You might want to check that out." It's finding the needle in the haystack for you.
Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. This sounds fantastic, but I'm not a tech expert. Do I need to be a coder for this? And the answer, thankfully, is a huge no. The whole point is to put this power directly into your hands.
Let's listen to what Power BI has to say about it. Its message is simple. If you can use Excel, you can use me. You already know how to drag, drop, and click. Those skills translate directly. It's designed to feel familiar from the get-go.
And Tableau? It gets that starting with a blank canvas can be a bit scary. So it says, "Don't worry, I've got templates."
You can just start with a pre-built dashboard for your industry and then customize it. That whole blank canvas fear just disappears.
So it's clear these tools are already transforming how we work. But you have to understand what we're seeing now, this is really just the beginning. The future is going to be even more illuminating.
So what's next? Get ready for this. Imagine pointing your phone at a boring printout and seeing 3D charts literally float above the page in augmented reality. Or picture dashboards so smart they actually change and adapt based on who's looking at them. The CEO sees high-level strategy, a manager sees daily operations, all from the same data. We're moving towards this idea of ambient intelligence, where the insights you need just find you.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Are we moving into a new age? An age where data doesn't just inform us with facts, but actually illuminates the path forward for us?
I want to leave you with this one final thought. Numbers are the skeleton of truth, but skeletons don't move people. Stories do. And that's the whole point. These tools give that data skeleton its flesh, its color, and its emotion. They help us build stories that matter, stories that move people to action. It's not just about seeing data anymore. It's about seeing the story.